Hello and happy Halloween. This is Mark from Gamers Don't Play, and I'm going to be playing Slender the Arrival today. Let's just see if I can get the audio down so you can hear me better. I feel like, I watched Jim Sterling's horror game video today, the Halloween video about the golden sins of horror game design. And he said that this game was bollocks, quote unquote. Um, I'm not British enough to say bollocks, but okay, audio volume. Let's get that way down. Now this is not going to be a me screaming into the let me just make sure that worked. Yeah. This is not going to be a me screaming into the camera kind of thing. Well, I don't have a camera, but you know what I mean. I've played this game a lot. I'm just putting this up for Halloween's sake, and also because I haven't seen many people actually cover the console versions of it. I've seen a lot of coverage on the original Slender the Arrival, which came out on Steam, I think in 2011, and I was really surprised to find that there was so much content in the console version that doesn't exist in the original release. I know that a lot of that content was eventually put into the Steam release, but it got really terrible reviews, and I can see why. I mean, one of the things was, that the seams are really, from place to place are really, really poor. And in the original, you go from the house to the backyard, and all of a sudden you're in the woods collecting pages. That makes no fucking sense. Like, in this, you actually go through a much larger, like a park area, and it's very interesting what you find. There's a lot of Easter eggs. I still haven't been able to get the Charlie Matheson ending, even though I found 3 missing posters. I'm not sure if you have to find all 3 in one area or not. It's graphically, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's not, really high-tech graphics, but it's just a beautiful art style. I grew up in New England with a huge forest behind my house, and I used to go to a friend's house, and, I had to cut through the forest because that would shave about a mile off my walk. Oh, I just got a trophy walking simulator. I also have this on PS3. I've gotten a lot of these trophies before, but for the walking simulator trophy, I think it's the amount of steps you take in total. I thought it was just wandering around and being lost, but I guess it's in total. So yeah, I have played this many times. I've beaten it many times. There's only one part of the game that really kind of annoys me, and that's the mine shaft area, because I mean it's really good for the story. The second character that they introduce in this game is really cool, which a lot of people were skeptical about. I think it's personally, I think it's what makes this game great. There's the shadow. And it's also, it's like Outlast, it's a found footage type game. One thing I like is that, unlike Outlast, the battery depletes in this game as the game progresses, rather than, you're not really worried about battery power. You're never really worried too much about the darkness. I think the original Slender the 8 pages, you actually had to worry about your battery power, which made the game like absolutely crappy. I mean, it's, you know, it was a free game. Very, very unique idea. Like, it inspired a whole plethora of garbage. You know, if you look at Steam right now, it's nothing but first-person horror games. So let's see here. Yeah. Another thing I like about the console versions, you don't have to click and drag the doors. See, that's some of the spooky shit we'll be encountering. I'm not going to read this stuff, but if you are interested in playing this, I suggest you do, because it, you know, gives you insight into the characters and whatnot. That doesn't look like a phone, that looks like a remote, but whatever. Not going to judge. Yeah, my first time playing this, I looked out a window and just saw the Slender Man, and my camera went berserk, and it scared the piss out of me.
Zero new messages. One old message.
Hey Kate, it's CR again. I hope everything's okay. I know there's been a lot to take in and wrap your head around. It'll be good when Warren gets there to help you sell the house. Take a little load off your mind. Give me a call when you get the chance and we can talk. Take care.
Press 1 to delete. 2 to return to the main menu.
Voice acting isn't great, but there's not much of it, so you really don't have to... I mean, it's serviceable, you know? There's nothing really bad about the... Oh. Yeah. See, I think we just saw the Slender Man, but we didn't actually see him. He appeared. But my first time playing this, I was like, basically, I walked up to a window, turned around, and boom, there he was, standing right there, and I actually did kind of like scream a little. I didn't scream. I jumped out of my seat though. It was very effective scare. So again, the limit on these videos is 15 minutes. I am also doing a 7th run on The Binding of Isaac while I wait for Afterbirth to come out on PS4. Steam already has it. I've been watching Northern Lion play it. It looks phenomenal. I mean, it looks like the biggest update to a game I've seen since maybe like XCOM Enemy Within. Not a lot of games these days have full expansion packs. Isaac Rebirth looks to me like a full expansion pack. There's another room in here. Oh, it's behind the stairs, I think, if I'm not mistaken. No? There's one with a creepy-ass radio in it, and I want to find that. There's also the garage, but there's nothing in the garage. Oh, over here. And there's number 2. I haven't found all the notes yet.
Take me out to the ball game, sung by Edward Meeker, Edison Record.
I mean, some things about this game are definitely... Oh, that's the thermostat. Cheap. Oh, that's the garage. I think it was, what were they called? The Marble Hornets that made this game? Or at least wrote the story for it. And they used to do a lot of creepypasta stuff on YouTube. I don't know much else about them, but I gotta find a key up here somewhere. There's no more notes up here. I think the next note's gonna be on the slide, but everything about this game is random. Yeah, see, I've never found the keys in the bathroom. So that's completely new. You'll also want to familiarize yourself with this house, because later in the game you have to run around this place, like, solving puzzles and stuff. Not solving puzzles, but you have to run from Slender Man in here. Okay, so that is a note that says to the woods. Okay. So also another thing that kind of confused me my first time playing this. R3 to zoom. Dual stick controls are a little wonky. They're a little overly sensitive in my opinion. Oh yeah, if you look around here, this room is just filled with, you know, just nonsense. It's pretty cool. Like, somebody clearly went crazy in here. I mean, this game is kind of like the Paranormal Activity of video games. And I loved Paranormal Activity 1. The others were junk, but... Well, 2 was okay, but I think it's a little overrated. Anyway, to find your objectives, you have to pause the game. It says, current goal, investigate, scream beyond the back gate. So my first time playing, I didn't know that that was how you... how you checked your, you know, objectives and stuff like that. So I mostly just kind of wandered around the house like, okay, what do I do now? Okay, so one of Jim Sterling's complaints about Slender was the stalker aspect, but there's only, I think there's only 2 areas in this whole game where you're really being stalked. Most of this game is just, it is mainly a walking simulator. Okay, yep, Fearless Fun, got that achievement. That was fun. I should probably find Kate. Okay, so this is one of the new additions. And you know what? I think I'm going to cut this here because I don't want to run out of time and lose any data. So, yeah, stay tuned for the next episode.